Hello YouTube, I hope you enjoy the show today. Today is the new Gate Guardian deck profile for host member from the maze or members or maze. As his initials are saying. So Gate Guardian, it tries to play it plays like Crystal Beast. I mean not Crystal Beast, it plays like Player Beast or ABC. A worse version of ABC in some ways because you can't get the materials back. Always So we've got Ashball and Judgment. This is to stop them going first. To stop searching and stuff. This deck can go first very well, but if they go second, it has a really hard time going second. So this is kind of stopping them doing what they need to do. And you kind of need to play the hand trap in this deck because this deck's really vulnerable to what it needs to do. It needs 2 or 3 cards to really get going, and that's why I'm trying to stop the opponent from doing what they need to do, which is kind of a good thing. Yep. So 2 Abiro. Yep, this deck doesn't go over 5. The opponent will go over 5 more often than you. You can go over 5, but you won't. With Abiro, it's good to have in your hand. It's good for against opponent and stuff. They would know when to play around it and stuff, but it's good to have. Yep. So, which is cool and quite handy because it's just a big rock. And it's just good to have in your hand always. It's good to have 100 Distrito because you can send it off Dragon Ravine and stuff. It's good going second, it's good going first, and it's good for combos. Yes, you lose half life, but it doesn't really matter. You're just trying to get to Ancient Fairy Dragon to get more Field Spell because you have 7 different names for Field Spell with the Ancient Fairy Dragon sort of thing, which is cool. 2 Magician Souls with the Luminous of the Chaos. Yeah. So this is a good little engine because a lot of the Gate Guardian stuff basically puts them in the spell and trap card zone, so you can send them off to the graveyard, and then you can draw a couple of cards, so you don't end up sending them. And also there's field spell and the trap on the field and stuff, and you can use them to search other cards you need and get stuff back, which is really cool, really unique, and quite handy for you. And you can always search, which is good with the Luna, which is cool, and put one bottom your deck, put 1 card at the bottom of your deck if it's a brick, which is cool if you pulled the pieces, for example, or another piece. Oh, there's cards in your hand which you don't want, which is cool and quite handy for this deck to make things a lot easier. Yep. And to be a Hero Blaster, just to be another name for fusions, which is cool and quite handy. Makes it a lot easier for other decks. Yep. For your deck, yeah. Because it's not, you don't want too many pieces, but you want enough names just to do the fusions. Yep. And the original Gate Guardian, this is okay. This is just a nice one-off. Yep. If you can get on the field, it's nice, but it doesn't happen very often. Yep. The new Shadow Ghosts of the Labyrinth. This card basically search any Labyrinth card from your deck, Labyrinth wall from your deck to your hand, basically. Yep. And then you can find this card from the graveyard to destroy 1 card on the field, which is really cool, really handy. So this is technically a rotor for your deck. It can get your new field spell, which is really cool, really handy, and really cool for the deck, and fixes a lot of the issues. And you can just destroy 1 card, which is good. Just gets you a piece you need, which is good. Labyrinth Big Tank gets you a piece of one from the graveyard, 1 piece. He's from the deck, which is cool. Destroys 1 card on the field, which is cool. And you can summon Wild Chiffon, which is quite handy and quite cute. This card's very good and what he wants to need to do. It's also rank 7, so it was level 7, so you can do some rank 7 plays if you want to in this deck. That's what I tend to do and stuff, which is quite cool. Then, of course, it's always the new pieces. So we got Sujin, Seigu, the Thunder. Basically, all the Gate Guardians do one thing. All the opponents' damage, opponents' monster would take will come to 0. Quick effect. Basically, all the opponents' monsters will come to 0, which is really handy. So that means they can't attack over them because they're all big and they're really hard to get over. So they'll have to try and find other ways around them to play against them, which is pretty cool. But recently, people play a lot of Unchained stuff, which is a bit of a shame, but this makes them easy to get out. But it's good because they're just big bodies at the end of the day. Yes, there might be bricks, but you got to play 6. I reckon you got to play 6 to make sure you have a chance to play in this deck very well. Yep. Yeah. and very powerfully. Yep. Next is that was the monsters, by the way. We got the Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Basically, this is your field spell. So any monster level 5 or higher level 5 or higher can attack in the main phase. Yep. You can place one of the gate of the Surgeon, God, Thunder, and Kalijim from your deck. Yep. As continuous spells, they gain 1600, and anything with 1600 loses. You can destroy, which is cool. This field spell is very good because it's not once per turn. You can just keep getting the field spell pieces you need, and then you can finally just make the game that way. So you can make it other ways. You mainly will end on 2 fusions every single turn, which is cool and quite handy for this deck, which is good. Yeah, very powerful. 2 Dragon of Voon. Yep, just to get the Judo and other dragons to get deck cards out of your hand and stuff. And it's a good field spell to search with you'll see later with one of the other cards, which is cool. Quite handy this deck. This card helps out the deck quite a lot. 1 Terraform to get your field spell. You are playing 7 field spells in this deck, so you kind of need a Terraforming. Yep. 3 hero lives. I know you're losing a lot of points, half life, but it's worth it to get the fusions on the field, and it's the best way to get the fusions on the field as quick as you can. It makes it so much easier, and the other ways. Yep. Yes, it's gonna be a separate. It's gonna be a separate aspect. This could be a good bait target and stuff, which is cool. 2 new double attack, Wind and Thunder. This puts 1 card in the field, and you can add 1 of the monsters to your deck to your hand, which is cool and quite handy and stuff, which is good. Fixed a lot of the issues. It just pops a card, which is good. Makes it powerful. If there's monsters you just can't get rid of, this is one of the cards you can use. And then the traps are 3 in perm. Yep, your usual. Yep, it's a good hand trap. You're playing 9 hand. You're playing 8 hand traps in this deck. You kind of need to play 8 in this, so it's good. It stops opponents doing something. It stops them searching. It stops them a lot of things. Stops the monster effects going off and stuff. And you can say ISO if you want to, which is cool. And we're playing the new Pixie Geno Guno. This just summons a level 5. Yep, and they can pop 1 card on the field, which is cool. And you can manage to add 1 Gate Guardian piece from deck to your hand. Comes up now and then. The pop effect's quite handy and stuff because it's another disruption in the end game, which is cool, which is good. And we're playing basically all the Gate Guardian fusions are 2. So we're playing Gate Guardians a night combined. This card's very good. You combine all the old Gate Guardian stuff first, and then this one can elevate twice per turn, so twice, so which is cool. It's got a target negate, which is cool, and it can also float, which is quite handy and quite cool with this card, which is good. So then we're playing the Gate Guardian Water and Thunder. This one's pretty cool. Puts opponent monster to 0, which is quite good for OTK potential and stuff. And it still floats. All the Gate Guardians sort of float, which is cool. It comes out that up and then, but not very often. Yeah. 2 Gate Guardian, Wind and Thunder. This is your rotor of your deck. This gets another Gate Guardian piece from your deck to your hand, which is really good and really powerful. And it floats again, so that's really cool and really handy for this deck, what they want to do. Yeah, and we're playing then Wind and Water. This one negates spells and traps, which is good and quite handy and stuff. You want to make this and this, or this and this together when you're going first turn, which is quite handy. It's quite easy to do that little combo. Takes 2.5 cards. It takes 2 cards to do the combo, which is quite cool. Which is quite handy. Yep, 1 big eye because you play a lot of rank 7s in this deck. It's very easy to make rank 7s in this, which is cool, which is quite handy and stuff, which is good. Yep. 174 Master of Chains. This card can be good. It's just a target effect, which is quite cool. It can do another negate, which is cool, which is good. Destroys card effect. You can negate something instead, which is quite handy. Yep. Doesn't come up very often, but when it does, it's quite handy. Yep. 1 de Fleur. You won't make it very often in this deck, but when you can, it's very powerful and very good in a deck like this because it's just another big beta and it is a negate, which is quite cool and quite handy. Yep. 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is the new one with the new errata. Basically, you can't. You basically have to get another field spell name, so you have to get Dragon Ravine has to get the other field spell basically, which is quite handy. So that is quite cool. So you have to get one of each, which is quite interesting. You can still special summon from the hand, but we don't use that because you can't go in the battle phase unless you go first. So which does happen time to time. Yeah. One. Um. One. Link push armor because it's level 1. There's additional soul, and you need to make the space sometimes. Sometimes you need to take a monster from an opponent and do something else.